to be introduced, Luis Felipe Perez, another local man from Puerto Rico with a record of 3 victories and 1 defeat. That is not Perez, this is Felix Trinidad, another Puerto Rican, and quite a promising find as well. Trinidad, super lightweight. Luis Felipe Perez, the man in the other corner, in relation to Alex Perez, I hasten to add. And here is Luis Felipe. Perez in the blue with the white trim. Felix Trinidad in the red. Got a height and reach advantage as they just get their instructions. There's Trinidad. Had 5 KOs in his 6 victories, Trinidad. Perez, not so impressive. 3-1, just the 1 KO for him. Scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds. Trinidad in the red, Perez in the blue. And Trinidad building up a bit of a reputation for himself here in the Sunshine Island of Puerto Rico. We were here a couple of weeks ago, of course, on Screen Sport. You may have seen WBO champion John Molina in action, and in devastating action, knocking out another Perez as well. A lot of Perez fighters, the fighter's name Perez, here in Puerto Rico. Good left hook there from Perez. Trinidad handled it well. Trinidad the aggressor here. Perez boxing on the retreat at the moment. Perhaps a little bit respectful of the reputation. Oh, good left hand there from Perez. Well, wonder if we're going to see an upset here. The best 2 shots of the fight so far have been delivered by Luis Felipe Perez. Trinidad comes in with a big reputation, but he's getting himself caught at the moment. Needs to settle down. Perhaps trying too hard here in the early stages for a quick finish. And Perez perhaps a bit too old a hand at this game to be caught cold. Perez lands a little left hook to the side of the jaw. Trinidad now beginning to unload that long left jab. He's got a huge reach advantage here by the look of him. A little short left comes in from Trinidad. They're starting to find his rhythm now here in the first. Very busy fighter, Trinidad. And Perez looks like he's hurt there. Could be another low blow, and indeed that would appear to be the indication from the referee, who's just given Trinidad a little warning to raise his sights a little bit. Good little left hands as well there from Perez, but Trinidad so far walking through everything. Oh, good left, straight left, right on the bell, shook Perez. And that gives you an indication of the kind of power that Felix Trinidad has got. It was an innocuous looking punch, but it rocked Perez right back on his heels as the bell went. Well, it was a good round for Perez up until the last couple of seconds there, when Trinidad's power at last began to make its mark. It was a very sloppy start really from Trinidad, far too keen, far too overambitious, and he needed to settle down, and he certainly seems to have established a bit of a rhythm by the time the end of the first round came. And Perez, well, he's probably quite glad to hear the bell. He was definitely shaken by that little straight left right on the bell. Trinidad getting some instructions. from his corner. The guys that always talk a good fight. Stalls are out. We're ready for round 2. Trinidad will be encouraged by what happened at the end of that last round. Perez looking to land a combination, unsuccessful. Just an indication here in the early moments that Perez is perhaps taking his opponent's strength a little more seriously. Trinidad. Perez in a little bit of trouble here. He's in his own corner, taking a bit of punishment. Trinidad looking to finish this one. Perez, though, fighting his way out, takes a good left hand. And it's the right, that's the straight right that just rocked Trinidad, rocked Perez. Perez on his knees, just in his own corner. The count continues. Perez on his feet at 9. A right hand there from Felix Trinidad has Perez in a lot of trouble. Perez backed into a neutral corner, takes another right and goes down. Exactly the same shot, exactly the same finish. Perez on his knees in the corner. He cannot take that right hand punch from Felix Trinidad, and I think this may be over. No, is the referee going to let it carry on? Well, I think this is a matter of time now before Trinidad gets another win. One more right hand should do it. There it is, and down he goes again, and it's all over. Perez unable to take that right-hand shot from Felix Trinidad. Well, we saw an indication at the end of the first round when Trinidad landed a left that he had the power to deal with this man. And then once he landed the right, all Luis Perez's punch resistance evaporated, and so it's a 7th victory for Felix Trinidad, and his 6th by the stoppage. Is Perez well beaten, and Trinidad will continue to go on to better things, he hopes. And once he settled down, he was in total control of that contest. The second round TKO then for Felix Trinidad. Discussing his future perhaps already, as we just get the official verdict. The winner of the technical knockout is Felix Trinidad. 2 minutes and 1 second of the second round expired. A victory then for Felix Trinidad, who just does a bit of showboating for the crowd. Good win for him.